Watch what happens when I choose another coffee. This pistachio card comes in from the left, follows the curve towards the cup, and right as it passes behind it, the drink changes. The background, name, price, and the size options all change with it. And I can actually order it. I'll choose 20 ounces here, and the white button updates with the size and the price. Then I add it to the cart and I go through checkout. I connected all 5 drinks to WooCommerce, so when an order comes in, I can see it and manage it from WordPress like a normal store. That is why I built it in WordPress. Codex can handle the custom design, and WooCommerce gives me a proper store behind it without having to build the products, the stock, the payments, and orders from scratch. And once a website can take real orders, security starts to matter a lot more. So before the final demo, I'll also connect Malcare, scan the store, and enable the firewall. I generated every image on this website using ChatGPT, including all 5 versions of the cup and every ingredient card. Codex built the interaction and turned it into an editable WordPress theme. I'll leave the prompt, the image, the code, and the complete theme in the description below. Now let's build it. I started inside ChatGPT with ChatGPT 5.6 and I created one master image of the cup. I wanted that familiar tall clear cup you see in coffee shops with a very simple original logo, a flat front facing camera angle, a visible ice, and enough transparency to see the layers inside the drink. Once the cup looked right, I used it as a reference for every other image going forward. This part matters because if you generate 5 separate cups from scratch, then the lid, the logo, the shadows, and even the width of the cup can slightly move and the final transition will jump. Then I generated the matching ingredients on clean backgrounds. Caramel drizzle, chocolate, strawberry pistachio, and the brown sugar with the cinnamon. These are the final assets. I added them to my new Codex project. I kept the cup images in one folder and I put the ingredients images in another folder. Before I wrote the prompt, I separated the effect from the visual design. I kept the curved card movement and I designed the rest of the hero section differently. Then I selected ChatGPT 5.6 SOL, pasted in the main prompt. I'm not going to read the whole prompt, but the job is pretty simple. Build a coffee website layered with a full screen hero section. Place the cup slightly right of the center on a brushed metal tray. Keep the product content on the left and place the tall, pill-shaped ingredient cards on an invisible curve leading towards the cup. Let the people move through the drinks using the circular arrows, the cards, the keyboard, or a swipe on the mobile. The full prompt covers the rest of the page and the smaller details. I'll leave them all down below. Codex built the first version, packaged the theme, and gave me a zip file, which is great. Now this was the final results. The cards followed behind the right curve and the correct drink appeared, but the timing felt wrong. The cup changed as soon as I clicked the arrow, while the ingredient card was still on the left, which I did not want that to happen, right? Now you could understand what the interface was doing, but the ingredient never felt connected to the drink, which was obviously a problem. So I gave Codex one focused correction, which was keep the approved design, move the activation point to the center of the curve, and crossfade the cup only while the active card is behind it, or like hidden behind it. I also asked it to keep every cup inside the same fixed image area and ignore another click until the current movement finishes. So here is the corrected version. Now the pistachio reaches the cup, disappears behind it for a moment, and the liquid changes while our view is blocked, which is perfect. The background and the product details flow immediately after it. The timing is what sells this effect, if you can see. Now, on mobile, Codex shortens the curve and lets me swipe between the drinks. If someone has reduced motion enabled, the page still uses a simple fade instead of moving the cards around the entire cup. Now let's connect the store properly. Inside the WooCommerce, I created 5 products, one for each drink. I made them variable products, and then I added the 12, 16, 20 ounces as the size options. Each size can have its own price as well and the stock. For example, the 16 ounce strawberry cold foam is at $6.50, while the 20 ounce version is $7.25. Back in Gutenberg, I opened the layer block and I connected each ingredient to one of those products. Then I added the matching cup image, the ingredient image, and a background color. I can also change the card label, the 3 size labels, and the purchase button text. Now, once that is connected, the name, the price, available sizes, and the stock come directly from the product. When I choose a different size and click Add to Cart, the correct drink and size go into the cart. Let me show you. I'll choose the strawberry cold foam. I'll select 16 ounces and I'll add it to the cart. The correct drink, size, and price are all there. I can now click on Checkout, place the test order, and the order appears right here inside WordPress. This is the part that turns the design into something I could actually use for a coffee shop, which is perfect. The store is also editable after Codex is gone, so that means I can change the main heading and the supporting text in Gutenberg. I can reorder the drinks, I can replace either of the images, change the colors, or I can even choose a different WooCommerce product. The sections underneath use normal WordPress blocks, so I can edit the story, the featured drinks, the store locations, and the final button in the exact same editor. I'll change the heading and save it, and let's see what happens. Okay, I'll open the live site. The new heading is here, the curve slider still works, and I can still add the drink to the cart. There is one more thing that I could do before sending the real customers to this store. At this point, the site can take payments and store customer orders. It also has WooCommerce and several other plugins running. Now, if the store gets hacked or a vulnerable plugin is exploited, the problem can reach the checkout and stop real orders. So I installed malcare and connected the site. From here, I can run a malware scan and enable the firewall. The scan checks the WordPress files, the database, while the heavy work happens on malcare servers. The firewall checks incoming requests before WordPress can run them, which is very important. For a store, that is the combination I want, which is check whether anything is already wrong, then block the malicious requests before they can even reach the site. I'll leave the malcare link in the description as well, so you can check that out. Okay, so here is the finished website. I'll move from caramel cloud to mocha cream, then the strawberry cold foam, the pistachio oat latte, and the brown sugar latte. Every ingredient card follows the exact same curve, and every cup changes at the center. Now I'll select pistachio oat latte, choose 20 ounces, and add it to the cart. I can open checkout, place the order, and see it inside WooCommerce. If I change the price in WordPress and if I reload the page, the new price appears here too. So the design stays connected to the actual store data, which is exactly what I want. The part I would reuse is simple. When I choose the pistachio card, it changes both the drink I see and the product that gets added to the cart. You could choose the same system for smoothies, perfumes, ice cream, shoes, or any product where the visual change is part of choosing the item. All of the ChatGPT prompts, the cup images, ingredient cards, Codex prompts, the code itself, and the finished WordPress theme are all linked in the description below as always. So yeah, I would love for you to try this with your own products, and as always, I will see you in the next video.